Homer was pushed off the bridge by Fat Tony. At the bottom of the lake, he clutched his phone tightly and frantically called for help, promising to immediately take Tony to find the bastard who had betrayed them. After being pulled ashore, Homer quickly directed Tony to rush toward the TV station. It turned out that Homer had recently been obsessed with a show called Dude vs. Food. The way Thad, a competitive eater, gorged himself on the show made Homer his die-hard fan. One day, the show's crew announced they would come to Springfield to film, and the competitive eater would take on a 17-pound meatball challenge there.
I finally have a reason to live till October 10th.
On the day of the challenge, Homer arrived at the scene early and watched as Thad sat in front of the gigantic meatball. But the moment Thad opened his mouth and took the first bite, he suddenly fainted to the ground, and the challenge ended in failure. The next day, Homer visited Thad in the hospital. The doctor told him that Thad had completely lost his appetite. Overwhelmed with sorrow, Homer took the competitive eater to his secret base in an attempt to rekindle his desire for food. This base was actually a canyon in the town, where sea breezes and cold winds converged, and all kinds of scents from the entire town gathered here. In the canyon, Thad smelled the aroma of home-cooked meals wafting from every household in Springfield, and fell in love with the taste of food again. Suddenly, a brand new fragrance drifted over to the two of them. They eagerly followed the scent and surprisingly found Fat Tony, the gang leader, simmering a pot of stew. It turned out that when Fat Tony was a child, he had been held hostage in the kitchen of a rival gang. Later, through hard work, he obtained a recipe that could ignite human desire, but there was a condition for this recipe. If it was ever leaked, he would be hunted down by the rival gang. At this point, Tony told Homer and the competitive eater to turn around, as he was going to add the final few seasonings from the recipe to the pot. However, no one expected that a hidden camera was built into the sunglasses the competitive eater was wearing backward. Shortly after, he announced that he would reveal the secretly filmed recipe on the show. This news immediately made Tony the target of gang manhunts. Driven into a corner, he kidnapped Homer, planning to have Homer sneak him into the TV station to stop the show from airing.